Oh,
yes.
I was trying to be less like
Aggressive.
yeah,
Why?
because this is
It's that time.
it's that time. It's that time.
I get it. Just don't ever change who you are.
I will never change who I am.
Good. Stay you. Stay true.
I will. But hi, guys.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We have the opportunity to speak to you twice in one day.
I know.
I think this time around it's going to be a little bit more. It's going to be different.
Yeah, it's
Very
definitely going to be different.
I'm just
for
going to
sure.
share us.
Yeah, give us a little share over there, guys. Swipe on in so long and come say hi. This is going to be a little bit different.
It's going to be beautiful.
To the usual
Jeff Ed.
Yeah. So we want to discuss the whole idea around goals and everything. But before we get into it, guys, I could swipe on in, come say hello. I should believe. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, there they are.
Antoinette.
Hello, Antoinette. Hello, Lorraine.
Good afternoon. Now.
Oh yeah, jeepers! I almost said good morning.
So, team, it's like I said, we're having a little bit of a different approach to this discussion today. I think it's 2022.
It is.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Time
First
goes
of all,
on. Last year was 2021.
It feels like last year was 2019.
It was.
That's how it feels at the moment.
But
like,
Nicole and I today, we want to chat about goals, or setting goals.
Just like the new year.
Yeah.
And how to approach it, really.
But then again, like we say, this for us is more of a discussion around, the goal setting and the approach.
Yeah.
Before we set goals. So obviously Nicole and I, we've both come to this, Jeff Ed. I don't want to say not prepped, but we came here prepped with notes, and I think there are a few different points where our mindset differ, and I think it's not a debate. It's a discussion.
Yeah, it's a discussion, which I think is quite an interesting way to kind of start the new year with our Ed.
Exactly.
It would also give us feedback as well. Let us know what you guys think, and ask us questions and everything. This is really, it's open to a lot of interpretation, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited.
So am I.
Yeah.
So happy New Year to all of you guys, first of all. Thank you for joining us and welcome, and a very best to all of you for the new year.
Yeah, I hope
we wish
you guys
you all the best and well. We really do. And if you're with us, if you're going to stay with us, run with us. Let's do this together. I think Nicole and I, we're very excited, first of all. And if we're going to talk goals, for me, it starts with...
Or let's start with okay, it's a new year.
Yeah.
And people want to make New Year's resolutions. It's new year, new me.
What is your take on that? What is your take on New Year's resolution?
This is my thing, and I've said this before. It's people have this image that there's a little magical fairy that at midnight it comes to you and it goes, oh, don't worry, ping. Now it's a new year and a new you.
Yeah.
And I have two takes on that. The first one, I'm kind of New Year's is quite overrated.
Yeah.
You can literally pick any day for your New Year's fairy to arrive.
Yeah.
And ping, and you're different. And the other side of it, I'm okay, but and I said this to you earlier today, we as humans judge ourselves in the year.
Yeah.
A year's time.
There's a calendar year.
There's a calendar year, and you work around that. And that's so I'm definitely I understand why people want to make
100%.
Goals at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
A start.
So to sum it up, you basically, and I feel what you say because I'm in the same boat. So two things from that is that and this is actually leading into where my next point is it is a mindset change. A New Year's resolution is a mindset change. And I'm all for it. And I'm also not all for it because it is a sudden thing we decide on a certain day, which makes sense because we can measure it in a calendar year. Like any company, we can sit there in a first, second, third, fourth quarter of the team and say, great, this is how we're tracking. So we can measure it up against, and it looks neat.
Important.
It looks neat.
Yeah,
in a way, we're all OCD.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
But I do get it. But then, for me, a New Year's resolution, in the same breath, I'm not killing it. Is not a thing either.
No,
I for one don't do New Year's resolutions. I adjust my mindset. Because why wait for tomorrow? For me, it is simple. If I really want it, why do I have to wait till tomorrow? Because if I can wait for tomorrow, I don't really want it that bad.
And I think like also there's a lot of pressure on that people put on ourselves, like we put on ourselves. Yeah. We're like, oh my gosh, it's the new year. Okay, it's a new me. Like I need to smash my goals right away. And then, and I looked up the stats, and it's 8% of people actually stick to their New Year's resolution.
By the end of Jan.
8%.
By the end
of Jan. Because by the end of Feb, you're like, oh, I'm tired now, because you put so much energy and so much pressure on yourself in that first month to like hit it off with a bang, that now you're fatigued and now you're exhausted, and you actually end up back in the same place that you were, but more defeated.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
Exactly. And that's why I say, for me, it is, New Year's resolution is a sudden mindset change we adapt to. Why? Because we have subconsciously been trained or taught or been told it's a thing that come 1st of Jan, this is what I'm going to do.
100%.
Which is a typical thing, which we do, is what we do. I will start Monday. I will start Monday. I will start tomorrow. And it's because why? We're measuring up in a perfect week, in a perfect month, or a perfect year. You want to start with the right note.
I mean, like for a really good example. So when was New Year's Day? It was on Saturday. Okay, that's the first. How many of you were like, oh, I'll start on Monday? I did. I was like, I'll just start on Monday.
No, don't lie. You said you'll start on
Sunday.
I'll
start on Sunday, but I still didn't start on Sunday.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, then I'll start on Monday.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean?
And don't feel bad about it.
Don't feel bad at all. Like, we're all human. Like, we all...
And the thing is, we subconsciously, and that's the thing I'll get to, we can change our programming, our habits, our thinking, and the first thing we need to do is we need to stop negative self-thinking. We often are, our minds are our worst and our best asset.
100%.
Because it 100% breaks you down. You yourself break yourself down, not to the fact that where you sit there and say, I cannot do this. I am not capable of accomplishing this. Maybe it's not so extensive, but there are such small things that can really put a wobble in your step. So for me, changing that mindset, and it's very simple. When I recently went through my transformation, and I looked at smaller things. In the past, I always looked at this big thing, and I'm like, I am going to do this. And I've always had the most positive mindset ever. But my focus was not in the right areas.
100%.
I was always focused on the wrong things. And I've given myself a little task of saying, what can I do daily to better myself? Not just myself, better myself, my productivity, whether that's in the workspace or my personal capacity, and aim at 3 small things on a daily basis. And that's how I got about the daily routine.
Well, I love that. Like, we look at this goal, like I said, and you get really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You're like, by the end of Jan, I want to do this and this and this. And it's so great to have a goal.
Yeah.
But you forget like all the little steps in between.
Yeah.
And I saw this thing, and I'm so glad you brought that. I was about to have a sip of water, and now I'm feeling excited.
Before you go on to that, I just want to see, there's a comment. I just bought myself a journal to start journaling about my journey. First 6 months of the year, I'm in the 1-on-1 program, had my chat, and just started right away. Goals to reach. Now, this ties into what I just said now, and I'm sorry I can't see your name. But exactly what I said now, my 3 things, and I'm sorry I'm interrupting now, but my 3 small things, my focus was to get it right, and to be consistent at it, right? So 2 small things. And the third thing I put in there was for myself. How can I spend time, how can I give back to myself? Because we always align our physical goals, but do you align your personal goals with that physical goal?
Oh, yeah.
So for me, that's what it was. So it was basically giving back to myself, and getting the smaller things right, things that I struggled with, and being consistent with that. And with your comment there about journaling, that felt part of my point number 3, giving back to myself, where I inhabited a good routine. And like I said, for me, a good habit or a routine is an unconscious behavior, because it is something you get used to, and 95% of people really get that. But there's that 5% of people that can really take that habit and that behavior and better that, and really succeed and get success. And I'm not saying that the 95% of the people can't achieve that, but it's just, how can you be more productive? How can you be better? always
no,
looking
for
to
sure.
aspire.
Like, so this was what I was kind of coming to. So we want to set our goals. I think the word goals is it's a very like exciting, beautiful word. Everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna set goals. Like, how cool. Just quickly drop something. Like how sick. But I think it's more important to focus on the habits. For me, habits, building up and creating your habits will get you to your goal.
Yeah.
So that's like you. It's like every day you wake up at 5 and you end up, and then you go for your walk, and then you do this, and then you do that. And slowly but surely you will achieve your goal. It's like step by step, process by process.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that I was like is you actually want to work on skills. So habits are like skills. It's like, okay, I want to.
What is an example of your skill?
So that's what I'm saying. So let's just say, I want to lose so much weight, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think like then a skill that I would then want to better myself in is almost like waking up earlier. That's a skill, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It is, because you're training your body and you're training your mind
to
the point where your body is actually overtaking your mind, and it just like automatically is like, okay, cool. And you can't really get out of it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like developing certain skills into a habit to reach your goal.
Yeah.
I think it's you need to look at it in smaller steps, more refined.
Break it down.
Being very specific, breaking it down.
Yeah.
Like you can be so broad and go, I want to do this and this. Like one of my big goals is I want to run marathon this year. Cool. How am I actually going to do that? I can see all the marathons and I'm like, okay.
Where do you start?
And like, where do I start?
Yeah.
Where do I have a plan? What do I actually need to do? What do I need to refine?
Start here.
To be able. You start right here. You really, really do.
And what you're saying now is with the physical taking over the mind. And that's why I feel it's so important for you to align a personal goal with your health goal. Because for me, it made sense, but it never made sense. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I wanted, but I know what I wanted to aesthetically look like. And those are two different things. Personally, mentally or internally, or financially, what do you want to achieve? And the moment I aligned those two goals together, I could not put a foot wrong. Yes, I did. I
but I mean, you're human.
But
like
for me,
everyone does that.
Yeah, but for me, that's how I learned. And the reason I felt that I was more successful with aligning these two goals is because I wanted that so bad. I wanted to be in that position so bad.
To have that emotional pull to something.
Yeah, and I just felt that personally, like I can feel that, I can touch it, like I can see it, and I was not going to give up. And I hit walls.
You almost had like your blinders on.
Yeah,
because I think.
And that helps you.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
I just felt waking up every morning, doing what I was doing, there was nothing that could break my spirit. There was nothing that could break my mood because I was going after that. And the reason I felt that is because the routine I was in, I felt that was very personal to me. So the way we look and the way we feel, is an aesthetic thing. Yes, there's personal, there's an emotional and a personal attachment to that, to the reason why we want to aesthetically look that way. But when I found that I put those two together, I found that in both those departments, I saw great success.
Yeah.
And I feel for me, that is probably the most important thing, that
for sure,
along with obviously starting with the right mindset.
Yeah, no. And I quite like I said, like you literally have your blinders on. Today's society is crazy and there's so much going on and there's so much to compare ourselves to.
Yeah.
And this is another thing. It's like, it's a skill to stop comparing yourself to everyone. It's really hard 100%. And it takes practice and it becomes a habit. But like you see pictures and you see this and you see that and you're like, but why am I not there? Why am I not there? Okay, well, I'm there now. Now I'm going to go to gym 5 times a week, not 6 times, 7 times a week for 10 weeks. How sustainable is that? Yeah. It's not. You also need to be quite realistic in what you are setting yourself up for.
It takes you back.
Otherwise you're going to go backwards. And then, like I said, you're going to stop because then you're going to feel defeated.
Yeah.
And then you're like starting off again, but feeling more like, like I didn't achieve that now.
Is that sustainable? Are you able to be consistent at that?
Yeah.
If you are, great, then do it. Like, go for that. That's what you should be doing because you are able to maintain that. But I also feel like in today's world, and it's something that is completely acceptable and it's more common, is anxiety. Anxiety,
it's real.
mental stress is something that is in today's time is more heard of wherever you go. And I think, for me, it's subconscious thoughts that that adds to that. And I'm not saying speaking positive things and believing in yourself, self-belief, is going to eliminate anxiety, but it's definitely going to help you, how can I say it? I don't want to say feel better, but fix you in certain areas that help you give that belief that you are honestly you're achieving something, you're making progress, and you're taking a step forward. Because that is definitely something that people do struggle with today. We for example, you will sit at work, right? You have admin to do, but you will not do that admin up until the last 2 days of work. Maybe you do the admin, right? But maybe you don't do it properly, you don't do all of it. But subconsciously, it's building up in your mind that you still have to do this admin.
And it's sitting.
You have to do this, right? And you get to the end of the week, and all of a sudden, you approach all this admin at one time, and you're overwhelmed, and you stress out.
I'm guilty of that. I've done that before.
The same applies to your fitness. The same applies to your personal goals, right? You have set yourself a target, right? You break that down. You have set yourself benchmarks. If you're not going to tick those boxes, you're going to get to day 10 and still think you're going to do day 10. Subconsciously, you feel bad. You are going to feel bad because you have not done this. You need to train the mind to get rid of that. Subconscious thoughts need to speak positive to you. Be like, be forgiving that you have not done that, but also be strict on yourself to the fact that, don't let go of it. Have I done it? Right? What is my reason for not doing it?
I think it's quite important to remember that everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. So you choose to sit there and not do your admin. You choose to decide to lie in bed that extra minute, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. Life is all about choices. So it's about making the positive choices and the good choices for you, and to get to where you want to go. I find that so fascinating. Life is literally all about choices. I chose to wear this today. Why? I don't know. I chose to put my hair in this. Why? I don't know. But it's all about. but it is. Well, actually, I do know, because I think it looks nice and it's convenient.
Good.
Do you know what I mean? So actually, there is a reason behind everything. I don't know why I said I don't know. But it is. Life is all about choices. It's about making the correct choices. And yes, like you said, sometimes you'll make the incorrect choice, and that's okay. Be forgiving. Don't be so hard on yourself. We are all human. It is what it is. But then the next choice you make, make a better one.
But with that on choices, if you make a choice, follow through.
Yes.
If you open a door and you open it half and you don't look inside the room to see if someone's actually there, and you just peep, but there is someone there, and you close the door and you go to the next door and you open it up fully to see that there is no one there, you've wasted a door. So what I'm saying is, always when you open the door, give it 100%, because you can fail and know that didn't work. You'll go to the next door and you'll do it 100%.
But you know what? So I read this thing actually on my phone before we started. and I was so, in all honesty, it was on TikTok, and I was like, oh, I feel inspired. But it was that nothing is actually negative or positive. Nothing is negative or positive. It's how we interpret it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's how, right? And I was like, it's so true. We decide, we are in control of our own emotions.
You are what your mind perceives.
Is that what you say?
No, that's what I was saying.
I was like, oh. And I was just like, it's so true. We are in control of how we feel about something. Yes, something might not be ideal. But then you can train your mind to switch it.
Exactly.
And go, actually, okay, so it's not ideal, but how can I?
Very simple. I can tell you. Simple. And I've said this before. If it is out of your control, it deserves the right to be free of your mind. Let it go. It is simple. For me, it's just, if I can change the outcome, I'm going to try and change it to how I want it, or what's best for the situation. Simple. If I cannot control the outcome,
then
why must I stress? It is not in my hands. I'm not saying I should not care about the situation, but I should relieve my mind and myself from the stress of it. And that's the exact same thing when she was saying. What is it saying? You said?
I said that nothing is negative or positive. I even wrote it down. That's how I thought I was. Nothing is negative or positive. It's how you interpret it.
Exactly. Can you change it? Can you not? You're sitting here today. You've got a goal in mind. You want to achieve something. Maybe it's something big. Maybe it's something small. Right. But the simple thing is that you need to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. For me, number one, it starts here. Eliminate everything. We are sometimes all robots. We wake up on the same side of the bed. We do have a similar routine in the morning. We check our phones. We feel an instant gratification, or like we've got something if we look at our phone and there's SMSs and there's notifications. And
there's you get consumed and there's noise and it's
that the whole was world my is busy, thing. Like... In my routine, it was get rid of the noise.
Yeah.
Get rid of the noise and spend that time where you are not productive. When I'm holding this Tamagotchi and I'm checking notifications, which is a thing. We all do that. Whether you do that in the evening after you feed the kids or before you feed the kids or bath, whatever the case is, eliminate that. Replace that with something productive, something that is going to personally develop you or mentally, right? And I chose to go to a more mental approach, something that is going to help, inspire me positively, help me grow. And that is me giving back to myself, not wasting that time sitting on my phone doing.
Yeah, guys, you are the main character of your own story. Everyone is the own, like...
Movie's better.
Movie. You are the main character of your movie. And everyone else is their own main character. Everyone else is busy focusing on all their other things.
So don't worry on yours. Don't worry about what they say about you.
What they say or what they do. What they're doing is honestly,
it's your movie.
Out of sight, out of mind. Let go of all of those things. It's you.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your personal brain, mind, heart, body, whatever. It's about you.
So write your own movie. Write your own story.
Movie.
And don't like, for me, that is probably the most easiest thing. And it takes me back to mental toughness. Positive attitude, mindset. For some people, it comes naturally and easy, and I do think it's something you can train. Like there was a nice Jeff Ed I did with Kate on this, and I just feel for me it is, and I've said this many times before, a lot of people might think that I'm very arrogant, and I'm sorry, but I'm not.
And I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
but you mustn't be.
No, but listen, I don't care what people think or say about me. I 100% value it. I value what you think, and I value what you say. But at the end of the day, for me, I need to keep myself happy. And if I'm not happy, how am I going to achieve things that I want to achieve, right? How am I going to keep people around me happy if I'm not happy for one? So the first thing is that, I don't care, but I do value. So there's an opinion. I value the opinion. But at the end of the day, if I want to walk out here and wear a dress because I feel it's going to make me look lusciously beautiful, I'm going to wear the dress. Because that's what I decided today. So with that being said, we always, and this is an analogy Nicole and I used in our Jeff Ed about almost a year ago, where we spoke about this mountain and the GPS.
Oh yes, the GPS.
Yes, and it's the same thing where you are following your directions on your GPS.
Yeah.
Right? And when people have things to say or we compare ourselves to other people, we often look there.
Yeah, I don't want to take someone else's GPS.
We look at their direction and we look at where they're going. But we forget that we are still on our own journey. And what happens is we start detouring off our journey.
So, when you're on Google Maps and it's like, and then you take the wrong turn and it tries to show you an alternate route and it's even longer because you took the wrong turn. No.
There we go. Someone just said, I have a friend who decided to wake up in the morning and not look at his phone for the first 2 hours of the day and has improved his life tremendously.
Well, there you go.
I've said it. Someone else has said it. I promise you guys now, I think for me, it is a massive distraction. It is something we do need. We work on it.
Very
we need
digital
it.
World.
But use it wisely, right? Before you use it, we wake up like a robot, blip, alarm off, and we go. Because we're programmed. It's your habit. Subconsciously, it's an unconscious behavior. What I said to you earlier.
No, it is.
That's a habit.
It becomes wake up.
You go.
Oh, let me just... Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're putting energy into something that's not actually giving anything back to you.
Replace that. And I'm not saying eliminate that and not do anything because you might find yourself on day 2 back on the gram. So if you replace that, it doesn't have to be 2 hours. What I'm saying is take half an hour, at least half an hour, spend that time. What I do is I would podcast, I would read a book,
you prep the night before.
But it's all on stuff that I want to listen, stuff that's going to help myself, personal development, whether that's physical or mental, whatever that is. I use that time to grow myself, to work for myself, that I'm empowering myself to be a better person. That aligns me with my physical goals, because after I've achieved that, it is a different feeling. I promise you guys, it is a different feeling. I just feel that there's absolutely nothing that can stop me. There's nothing that can get in my way of just, getting me to find an excuse not to exercise, because we often do that. Like we make up the best excuses for ourselves.
Oh my goodness,
and we believe it ourselves.
You convince yourself so easily.
Yeah, we do.
And then right after you're like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's
a thing.
It is a thing. It is. And guys, don't get me wrong. I'm really not like bashing goals or anything like that. I think they're so important. I'm just saying, like, to kind of summarize, like it's the steps beforehand that are so much more important.
Massive.
And because it's a new year. It's Jan. It's the 3rd. There have been 3 days of 2022. So like, that's insane. Start exactly. Now. You didn't have to start on the 1st and you go, oh no, but then I'll start in Feb. And if you have started Fab, like don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's the start of 2022. Yeah. Also go easy on yourself. Like, you are still human. Like, and you'll get it done. Small steps, step by step. Put your blinders on. Focus on yourself.
I'm going to leave you guys with this one. I always say, if the sun is not shining on your face, if the sun is still shining on your face and not on your grave, it's a blessing. And people ask me every day, or a lot of the times, and she's witness to it.
100%.
Why do I have so much energy? Why am I so happy? Because I woke up this morning. I have an opportunity. It is not my right to wake up. It is a blessing.
Yeah.
I am blessed to wake up this morning. So I choose not to be lazy. I have responsibilities. I have a job to do. I have things to get done. And I will not be lazy, right? We need to get it done, team. We have to get it done. So keep that focus. Understand that you're blessed. You're in a position that you're blessed.
Very lucky.
Right? And always look that there might be someone else next to you that is in a worse position than what you are.
Yeah.
Right. So to take it back and summarize all of this, setting your goals starts with the mindset. Reset that mindset. Understand what you want. Align that physical goal with a personal goal. Right. Understand why. Dig deeper.
Add some emotion to
it. You need to ask yourself hard questions. If you're not able to ask yourself or other people hard questions, how are you going to get through that? How are you going to discover and unfold what it is that you actually want to achieve, or the reason for you wanting to achieve that, right? And once you have gotten through that and you understand the mindset, or adjusting the positive mindset, getting to the goals, then we talk about what is the physical goal. Put a time to it. Make sure it's something that is achievable. Don't set the bar too high.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't. Otherwise, you're just going to...
Make sure it's something you can stick to. Start low. Get it right. I promise you that is the best feeling. If you get it right, it's a small goal, it is a good feeling. And then you slowly in increments pick it up.
Yeah.
Start slow, get it right. Be consistent at it, because that's when you start seeing results. And always track progress.
Yes.
Always.
Track your progress.
Stay accountable. Log your stuff in the web app. That is probably the best feature in the app, where you are able to keep yourself accountable, right? Without the bells and whistles showing everyone else. It is for yourself. Mentally, you want to see how you're doing. Be honest. Stay on it, team. Right? But that is it from Cooks and Wine.
No, gee. I mean, I feel like I could talk about this stuff forever. Like, I really, really could, because I feel like it's so important.
It is.
But yeah.
Anything you want to say to the folks before we leave?
A happy new year.
Well, from my side,
no. I know you have your little sign off, so
yeah.
And I didn't want to say it for you.
No, I think for me, the one of the biggest things I want to take out of this is obviously don't be negative. Be positive, right? Understand where you're at. Speak positivity to your mind, right? And know that you can change a habit. Yeah. You can change the programming that you're thinking.
Change your mindset.
All right. And always understand and believe and know that you woke up this morning for a reason. You're here for a reason, and it is a blessing for you to wake up. It is not your right.
So start.
Take advantage of that and get it done. Right, whether it's something personal, whether it's something physical, whatever it is you have to do in life, get it done. Right. Team, thank you so much for joining us. If you found this valuable, we'd appreciate you guys to share this.
Let us know. And if you guys have any questions or anything, like, please reach out to us.
Yeah.
Like, we're always available.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah,
let's do 2022, one small habit change at a time. Thank you guys 100%. So much. We hope that you all have an incredible year ahead of you.
Look at the bright side of life. I see
That's
that.
It. Stay with us, though. All right, we will take you guys through this year.
It's a big year. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Very excited.
So excited. Big things coming.
All right, team. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you have an amazing day ahead of you, and all the best. And please do share this, comment, let us know how you found this, and take care. And that we hope that you can take something from this little Jeff Ed today. Bye bye.
Bye.